29, okay. What's the lowest common denominator of the 10, the 6, and the 2? 30. Let's change everything to 30s. Multiply the top by 3. Multiply the second ones by 5. Multiply the last ones by 15s. And let's see what happens. 3 times 2x, 6x. 3 times minus 3, 9. All over 60. 5 times x. Oh, it's over 30, my fault. 5 times x. That's 5 times x. 5 times minus 2. And finally, 1 times 15. Now, we know it's all over 30. That is not in question. 6x plus 5x. Minus 9 minus 10. Minus 19 plus 15. What? Minus 4, is it? Okay. 11x minus 4. Now, what's asking me is, what I'm making the claim is that this here, this question up here, is exactly the same as this here. Only difference is it has like a makeover. It's still the same value, no matter what. Now, you'll see the word verify. Verify means check that the first yellow line, the yellow blob, is the same as the second yellow blob by replacing the x with 2. Does that make sense? So I'm going to slowly go around replacing the x's with 2's. Let's find out. Okay, so anywhere there's an x, I'm going to put in a bracket 2 to begin, okay? So let's go for this one here. 2 and 2. All right, 2 bracket 2. 4 take away 3. 1 over 10. 2 take away 2. So what is 1/10 plus a half? You can use your calculator for that if you want. 6/10, which is the same thing as 3/5. So when I insert x equals 2 into the top yellow blob, it gets me 3 over 5. Now I'm going to do it to the bottom one. Everybody ready for this? 11 times 2. Take away 4. 18 divided by 30. Divided by 3. Oh, sorry, divided by 6. And you get 3 over. Some are identical. This means they are in fact the same thing. Is that all right? Yes, sir. Yeah, you did at the very start. And did you still get 11x minus 4 over 30? Question 30. That's question 30. Express it as a single fraction and forget about the second part. So is that all right with you? I'm not even thinking about the x equals 1 right now. I'm just thinking about the first part of the question. Now the first part of the question requires me to give them a common denominator. Does anybody know the common denominator? Yeah, they're not normal numbers, are they? It's not like, oh, the answer's 30. It's harder, isn't it? And because it's harder, what we're going to do is we're just going to look across and go, look, if I put 2x minus 1 top and bottom, and then if I put a 2x plus 1 top and bottom, I can guarantee that they're both the same denominator now. Does that make sense? Okay. Question? Okay. Nextly, multiply it out and you get 6x minus 3, 4x plus 2, all over 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1. Okay, sir? Yeah. Now, we get a 10x minus 1 over 2x plus 1 and... Okay. Now, the argument is to be made that this blue blob here is the same value as this blue blob here. Looking at them visually, you'd never have a clue, would you? How could you tell that that is the same as that? It's impossible just by looking at it, isn't it? Everybody agree with that? So we have a method, it's called the verify method. Verify by substitution. You can pick any number you want. Any number. And what should happen is that when you put the same number, when you replace x with the same number for both blue blobs, they'll both come out as the same answer. Does that make sense? Okay, let's find out. So I'm going to replace x with 1. I'm going to see what happens to both answers. Okay, so we're going to have 3 on the top. Now, 2 times 1 plus 1, 3. Plus 2. 2 times 1 minus 1. The answer there is going to be 3. 3 over 3 is 1. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. Good man. Now, next one. Replace x with 1. 10 times 1. Take away 1. 9. 2 times 1. Plus 1. 2 times 1. 2 times 1. 2. Take away 1. 9 divided by 3. Same answer. Somebody has a question for me. So 3 over 3, 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 2 divided by 1 is 2. Okay, this one. I think I told you yesterday that you just basically ignore that side for a minute, don't you? And then what you do on the other side. Okay. Then after that, 3x plus 1 and 3x plus 1, and then 3x minus 1 and 3x minus 1. We all know the denominator is going to be what? Or the other way around, yeah, all day long. And then 12x plus 4 plus 12x take away 4. And that results in an answer of over that denominator, yeah. Now, have I answered my question yet? No, we're just going to rub this out. Oh, that must mean that's 24. K equals 24. Any questions? Okay, last one. 32. Last 32 is the same idea. It's element z. This means it can be a positive or a negative whole number. So once again, I'll do the same trick as last time. It's actually so repetitive at this stage that you don't really need to worry too much about stuff here. So what are we saying? 8x minus 11. And then 8x minus 11. Then over here, plus 4x and... Okay. Okay, 8x minus 11. And then what's the next part? Two times 5 minus all over and stress. 8x minus 11, yeah. Okay. Now the 8x is cancelled, don't they? That leaves a minus. So what does that mean about h? It's equal to minus 1. Okay, and we're done.